I'm Teresa Garza and this is Mujer Poder Hoy. Today I'm really excited. I feel like a boss and I'm going to tell you why later. Today is with me Denette Buenrostro. Hi.
Hi. Thank you for having me today.
No, thank you for sharing your story. Denette has a very amazing story. She's a leader, she's a mother, she's an entrepreneur, but you have an amazing story. So I just can't wait so you can tell the people, first of all, who is Denette?
Who is Denette?
Yeah.
Denette is a mother. Mm-hmm. She's a wife.
Okay.
She's a granddaughter. She's a grandmother.
Wow, very young.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. But the thing that I'm most proud of for Denette is that she's a phoenix that arose from the ashes after a really terrible business deal.
Wow. That's the part that I want you to talk a little bit more. What is the story that made Denette being the amazing woman that is today?
I was in business with another nurse a couple of years ago, and we had a vascular access company. Mm-hmm. What that means is our nurses placed what are called PICC lines. It's a catheter that goes in the arm, left or right arm,
okay,
up the shoulder, across the chest, and down towards the heart. It's for long-term antibiotics and for other types of medications. My husband is a businessman, mm-hmm. and he decided to mentor both of us, and our business took off. We were doing great. The money started coming in, and then one day my husband and I were having dinner, and we got a call from his business saying that we needed to get back as soon as possible. Because my business partner was loading up everything from the office into a U-Haul. And it was devastating. By the time we got there to our office, everything was gone. The rugs, the chairs, all of the supplies, everything was missing. Also the money from the bank account as well.
Really?
Yes.
Just like that?
Just like that, gone. We went to court, and he had an injunction order placed against him that he had to return everything, but unfortunately with our judicial system, things take a while. Mm-hmm. And a lot of money went into our attorney. And so finally one day my husband said, that's enough, we're done. You can either go back to work doing what you do best as a nurse, or you can stay at home. It's up to you what you want to do. So after about 2 months of crying and not being able to get out of bed, because I truly felt that I had been betrayed by someone that I trusted. And it was my first time in business. You know, you don't expect for something like that to happen.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I felt I had failed my husband because I wanted to have a business of my own. I wanted to prove my worth. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't happen the way that I wanted it to happen. So after about 2 months of crying, laying on the bed, not wanting to get out, my husband came into the room and he said, you're my wife, and I love you, and I adore you, and there's nothing that I wouldn't do for you. But I need for you to get up and go back out there and start again. He said, but this is a journey that I can't take with you. It has to come from inside. Definitely. You have to want to do it. Mm-hmm. And his words were very powerful to me because I'm prior military, and it was something that touched my heart because I felt like I was not that same person anymore after this happened. I felt like a failure, even though it wasn't my fault. Mm-hmm. In the background, there was music playing while my husband was talking to me, and it was Bruno Mars singing "Don't Believe Me, Just Watch." Actually, Uptown
really?
Funk is the name of this.
You remember exactly that moment?
I remember it exactly as if it just happened today.
Like a movie.
Like a movie.
Wow.
Bruno Mars was singing Uptown Funk, and one of the lyrics is "Don't believe me, just watch." And for some reason, that just snapped me out of it.
Me pongo chinita. Yeah.
It snapped me out of the depression that I was in because I felt like, you know what? I am prior military. I'm a veteran of the United States Army. Mm-hmm. I'm my husband's wife. I'm my father's daughter. This is not me. So that's why I say I feel that I'm a phoenix that arose from the ashes, because I decided at that very moment the best way to get even is to be successful. And one of my favorite quotes that I just love, and I wish I could find it on a plaque and hang it in my office, but it goes something to the effect of, a successful woman builds her foundation from bricks that were thrown at her. And that's something that I truly live by, and it's important to me to think of that every morning when I wake up and get out of bed.
Wow. Bravo. Bravo. And what happened after that?
Well, after that, I decided to go ahead and restart the company on my own with the help of my husband and the support of my husband and my children. And I'm proud to say that we now have 50 to 60 locations right now of Epicc Vasculars throughout the U.S.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sometimes I feel that God allows things to happen to us, even though we may not have the faith and the belief right then and there, or we may say, why me?
Mm-hmm.
Why did this happen to me? I'm a good person. But God has a better plan.
Definitely.
He truly, truly does. And we've been able to bless other nurses to own their own franchises. And it's a great thing.
Yeah. But I know, Danette, that besides being successful in this business, you came up with another amazing idea that makes me today feel like a boss, like ready for closing contracts, like an empowered woman. Tell us about that.
Well, when I was going through that horrible ordeal, like I said, I didn't want to get out of bed, much less put on any makeup. And I always remember my mother telling me, if you feel not at your best, if nothing else, put some lipstick on. So I went into my bathroom, I opened up my bottom drawer, and I dumped out all of my lipsticks. And I have all kinds, from the drugstore kind to all the way up to the high-end lipsticks. And I started opening them up, and I was admiring all of the colors. But then when I flipped them upside down to read the names didn't do anything for me. They didn't inspire me. They didn't make me feel better about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a voice.
You did?
I heard a voice tell me, create your own line for women and name them words to inspire them.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm sitting there on my bathroom floor thinking, oh my gosh, now I'm hearing voices. Where did that come from? Because that's not something I would have thought of on my own.
Yeah.
I ignored it. And every day after that, I kept hearing that same voice telling me the same thing. Create your own line for women and name them words to inspire them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, I don't know how to do that. Where do I even start? So I Googled how to start a cosmetic line to inspire women. Well, there was nothing there that I could see. I interviewed several color labs.
Okay.
And one of them in particular, they loved my vision. They
Mm-hmm.
loved what I was trying to project, even though I at the time didn't understand what was going on. So there was 8 colors that I chose, and I named them words that I feel inspire me and that have gotten me through my journey. And
Names like what?
names like closing contracts, like a
Wow.
boss, undefeatable, risk taker, massive success, empowered,
Wow.
undefeatable. These are words that really mean something to me because they've gotten me through some really tough times. And it's a great feeling when I go ahead and I pull a lipstick out of my makeup bag. It doesn't matter what type of day I may be having,
Mm-hmm.
but when I flip the color over to read the name on it, it really touches me here in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it with other women as well. I had a party the other day at my home, and there was a lady that was looking through my lipsticks, and she grabbed one and flipped it over, and it's a lip gloss called She Persisted.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember her grabbing it and saying, oh my gosh, I need this is me, and she clenched it to her chest. And right there at that moment, I thought to myself, you know what, this is something that I really, really need to promote and put out there for other women to be inspired, no matter what type of day they're having. Sometimes I put 2 or 3 different colors on because I might need them. Definitely the closing contracts is one that
Those are the colors.
Thank you.
No,
Closing
it's-
contracts is one that I love to put on whenever I am going to a new facility or to a new business to get a contract. It's a very beautiful, bright red
Which
color.
one is it?
It's this one right here,
Okay.
closing contracts.
Okay.
And so this truly makes me feel so empowered when I put it on, because I know that they can see me coming a mile away. And I do walk away with that signed contract.
I loved your concept. I love
Thank you.
this idea of helping other women. When I, to be honest, when I heard your story, I was like, what? That day that you gave me one of the, it was all or nothing.
Yes.
It was exactly the message that I needed specific that day. So that day I say, definitely I need to talk to Dannete, because people need to know that we wear makeup, we're women.
Right. Absolutely.
And it makes you feel definitely like more confident when you're having
Absolutely.
an interview or a job interview, or you're having an event or whatever. So you feel better, and I can, tell you today even more when you read something like this.
Oh, absolutely.
So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I have so many makeup brands that I've used in the past, and they're all beautiful colors, but I just feel like they have missed the mark when it comes to making the cosmetic the total package. It shouldn't just be about the color. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen names that have been, I feel demeaning to women,
Yeah.
like Vamp or Vixen,
Unfortunately, yeah.
things like that. And my line was created to inspire women, to give
So
us that
let's-
extra confidence.
Sure. What about the names? Can you tell the viewers, our friends, our women, that the idea of this blog, Mujer Podero, is basically to share stories to help each other to empower. So this is something great, ladies. So I would like you to let us know the name of some of this so people can see, like
Sure.
this one.
Absolutely. This one is called You're an Icon, because every woman is an icon. Absolutely.
They're
And
very
so,
unique.
thank
really,
you,
the
thank you. And
names.
again, they are names that came to me that have gotten me through difficult times, and I just want to be an inspiration to other women.
So
So
this
you're
is-
an icon,
Uh-huh.
okay? This one is called Rise and Slay, because that's what we should be doing every day as
Yeah,
women, getting up
definitely.
and going out there and taking on the world. Trailblazer is an amazing one.
And I love that
this.
color.
Thank you. It's a beautiful bright pink. Trailblazer inspired me because in my type of business that I do in vascular access, most of the time the companies are owned by men, and ours is a woman-owned, veteran-owned company. And so I feel like I have been the trailblazer out there to inspire other women. So that's why I named this one that.
What is your favorite one?
My favorite one is Empowered.
Empower.
That's this one right here.
This is I love this too.
Thank you.
And talking about empower, what is for you like being an empowered woman? What is for you?
For me, to be empowered is to take responsibility for not only my experiences, to have gone through them, but to also be able to share them with other women and to inspire them, to let them know, maybe the same thing didn't happen to you that happened to me, but we all have suffered some type of loss in some sort of
Yeah.
way, and it all comes down to you. What do you want to do about it? Because we all come to that fork in the road. I could have stayed laying there on the bed for who knows how long and had been upset
being
and
feeling
depressed.
sorry for herself.
Absolutely. But something just clicked when I heard Bruno Mars' song and my husband talking to me. Something just clicked, and I said, you know what? I am better than this, and I will be better than this, and I'm going to get up, and I'm going to go out there, and I'm going to conquer the world. Because I felt that God has my back at all times, and He has shown me through the most difficult times that He's always there and that I can always count on Him. And this was just a way of us parting ways, so that I could go on and do great and wonderful things.
No, this is such an amazing story and idea.
Thank you.
And by the way, we're wearing the makeup of Denette. Which one is the one that I'm wearing?
You're wearing Massive Success.
Wow.
Because every woman should have massive success every day.
Okay, and you.
And I'm wearing Empowered. This is one of my favorite ones. It's a beautiful neutral color with just a little bit of hint of red in it. And I also decided to have some makeup palettes as well. This is a highlighters for the cheeks, and this one is called Superwoman. Because we all are.
I love it. Really, this for me is wow. This is something great. And this one, let's see.
These are the eyeshadow palettes. This one I call Haha Haters. Because
I love the name. How did you get with that?
Well, you know, sometimes people, I think, feel that if something is done to you by them, that you're not going to recover, and that you're going to stay there in a bad way. And I love the name of that, Haha Haters, because I did not do that. I got up and I soared, and I continue to.
Love it, really, definitely. No, those are, besides the message that for me, it touched really my heart when you told me about this. I was like, wow, this is totally, we're on the same frequency. We're talking about the same language in kind of like women empowerment and all that stuff. The colors are just great.
Thank you, thank you. This one is called Let Them Talk.
Oh, okay, let them talk. Okay, ladies?
It is so okay for them to talk about you.
That's the one that I'm wearing,
about me.
by the way, yeah. Where can we find your lipsticks and all these amazing products?
Yes, on my website, it's www.buenrostro, which is BUENROSTRO by Epicc, and that is BYEPICC.com.
Wow, that's really great. And this is very, this makes me think, Denette, what do you think about why it's important to share our stories and to help each other as a woman?
Oh, absolutely. I feel that whatever journey that we're all going through, it's important for us to take the responsibility to share our stories with other women, because they may be going through the same thing that we're going through as well, but maybe they're too afraid to ask for help, or maybe they're embarrassed, or maybe family members may have said, I told you so.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think a lot of women, we can,
I think we can all relate to that, but I truly feel in my belief that God does allow us to go through certain things, not only to test our faith in Him, but also to grow as women, and to be able to go out and share our stories with others, to inspire, because that's what we should be doing. I get so frustrated when I hear women talking badly about one another, or I see TV shows, reality shows, where women are fighting with one another for ratings. You know, I don't have those kind of relationships. The relationships that I have with my girlfriends are very healthy ones. We empower one another, we inspire one another, and I think it's time that we start showing that on television and on interviews.
So that's why I'm really happy that you accept my invitation.
Oh, absolutely, I'm honored. Thank you.
No, thank you. And I don't know if you have something else that you would like to share with all the women from Mujer Poder Hoy that we're working together to help each other.
Absolutely. It's very important that as women, we're mothers, we are wives, we're grandparents. It's important that we unite with one another. There are so many occupations out there that unite, that have a great brotherhood and sisterhood, like police officers and firemen. And as women, sometimes we're not nice to each other. We see one woman soaring and the other one is jealous. You know, my thing has been in these last 5 years that I've gone through this transformation is that anyone who wants to grow and who wants to own their own business, I am more than happy to grab them by the hand and take them with me and pull them up towards me. And we go together because this is all about a team. It's a womanhood, it's a sisterhood, and we need to be nicer to one another. And we need to show the more positive things about women, and not all of the fighting and the backstabbing that goes on out there in the real world and on television.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Thank you very much, Denette Buenrostro. You can, as she mentioned, you can find her products on her website. For me, you can imagine, I mean, I love all the colors. I don't even know which one to wear. This is such a great story, and especially because it came from a situation that we, a lot of women, we have go through situations in another context.
Sure, absolutely.
But that's the idea, to help each other. And once again, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for allowing me to share my story.
Oh, thank you.
And I hope it inspires others.
Of course, definitely. And thank you for being here with us in Mujer Poderó. Yo soy Teresa Garza y los invito a la próxima entrevista.